Hi everyone, this is me, Gleb. I'm so glad to see you. Today, I'm going to talk about percentiles, yeah, or quantiles. It's basically the same thing, you know. So let's start from importing pandas. Import pandas SPD, numpy, of course, import numpy LNP. And let's generate some data. df equals pd data frame. Here is, let's say, salary, of course, yeah. Here is 20, 30, 40, 50, 40. You see, I'm a pretty good random generator. 60, 70, and let's say 100. Yeah. And so now let's say you want to calculate percentile of each row. Yes, assuming that you are you know that what percentile is. You see, so you go to Google and type pandas calculate percentile for each row. That's your Google query. And here's how do I get percentile for a row in pandas data frame? Exactly what you want. Yeah. Here is the long question. You, of course, you do not read it. You scroll to the answer, and here TLDR, and here is something that you may want to try. Okay, let's try it. So that's how I actually use Stack Overflow. Yes, I don't like try to understand. I just copy first like the most liked answer and try it out. And it written in not a very like pandas way. You see, size. Yes, I never use this function, but anyway. So here I change the F income. I change to salary. I will have this one PCT PCNT lean as is. Here is the F, and here is the salary. Bam. And now we got something in return. Yes, but let's check if this percentile is correct. df first of all sort values. Here is salary, and in place equals true. And now, for example, yes, let's take the easy one. For example, 50. Yes, because 40, yes, repeating, and for calculating percentiles, it's always difficult. Yes, you have to make some decisions before. So a percentile means, for example, 66, yes, or here we could say that it's a 67th percentile, means that 67% of people has salary below 50. Let's check it out. PD salary less than 50, less than 50. So that's how I filter. Len. And now to get the percent of people below the 50, I will divide it by the total number of people. Agree? And yeah. And I receive something very different. 57. But what if I include this 50, yes, here, less or equal? Still something strange, okay? And so now you are confused. So the most liked answer from a Stack Overflow doesn't work. But here is the deal. You just don't understand what you want. Because there is no universal definition of percentile, and you should always define it before calculating. So here is the calculation for linearly interpolated percentile, and usually we don't want it. And here is they calculated it because the default parameters of NumPy and pandas, for let me show you, salary, Quantile, you can use Quantile here, yes, uses this linear interpolation method. So if I now let me just apply this function to this linearly interpolated percentile to get the salary back. You see, that's the like inversion. So let's do it. df PCT lin apply lambda x, and here I will use x like this. Oops. Oh, because by the way, let's here is in this function from Stack Overflow, he calculates percentile, yes, but for me it's more convenient to use Quantile, and Quantile is just percentile divided by 100. You see, so that's the only difference between them. Like this. Now we have it like in a fraction. Here's the same, absolutely same. And let's save it to a new column. Salary from lin PCNT lin, I'm sorry, PCNT lin. And now we have like a mapping from salary, yes, or generally you could say a score, yes, if you want to talk about some other variable, yes, doesn't matter what, yes, it could be salary, income, height, weight, I don't know, anything, yes. Statistician calls it score. To get a percentile from a score, you use like some function, and to convert the percentile or quantile, yes, back to score, you use like inversion of this function. So, and here we have this inversion, yes, and it works. So, and that's why in this question, yes, we have this strange method to calculate the percentile, yes, but in practice, it's not really useful to use this linearly interpolated quantile, because you need linear interpolation to fill missing values. Yes, I see no reason to calculate interpolated score for existing point. If you see, please tell me in comments, okay? So now let me show you how to calculate the intuitive percentile, yes, and the percentile which is more like familiar to you, I believe. Here is the deal. df in pandas to calculate percentile, yes, or quantile, I use them interchangeably because that's the same thing, just multiplied by percent. Percentile is quantile just multiplied by 100. salary, we use function rank, and here to get percentiles, we use function PCT equals true. And now we get the first, let's say, and the important thing here is method. By default, let's see what method is used. You know, sometimes a function, when you pass incorrect parameter, it helps you with a list of all possible values, but not in case of rank, you see. Pandas, rank. So here is the list of methods. By default, it uses average. Let me save these parameters here. Methods equals like this. Oh, okay. It will be just, I will use it just as a markdown because these question marks are strange. I can use it here actually. So to understand what a method is, yes, let me show you how rank works without this percentile option and without any parameter, basically. And let's save it here, df rank. So now my data rank from lowest point to the highest point. And you see for, by default, it uses average method. And here is the average rank between 3 and 4. But you can change it. You can say method equals, for example, if you want to assign both these values, the maximum rank of 4 in this case, we just use parameter max. Here's 4. If we want to assign mean, we use mean. So now it has the rank of 3, both of these points. If we want to just randomly assign them different ranks, we should use the first method. First. So, and there is also a dense method. And dense just assigns maximum, a minimum here. But instead of having like, instead of having 7 points, let me demonstrate the difference between mean. Here's the last rank is 7, so we don't have 4 here. And in case of dense, the maximum rank is 6, and we have 4 here. By the way, you could also inverse the order of ranking. You could say ascending equals false. And now the highest value has the rank of 1. Cool. Okay, so now the most intuitive percentile to use is the rank with method of max. That's actually what most of people think about. Then they talk about percentiles. PCT equals true. I will save it to another variable like this, and here I will call it PCT max, and the PCT equals true. So now these percentiles is exactly what we think they are. So, for example, here 71, yes, means that 71% of people has salary below 50. Let's check it. DF salary below or equal, yes, because we use the method max. Max 50. Now len divided by len df. And so here is the exactly same value as here. So now it has very intuitive, like physical meaning in a real world, you see. So, but you could define percentile whatever you want. You could define it as an average, as a minimum value, as a maximum, yes, and whatever you want. Now, now we want to get back, to be able to invert this intuitive percentile, yes, to use some function and to get the salary back. And we just have to change a parameter here. Salary from PCT max. And here we should use not default parameter of linear interpolation, but we should use let's see what should we use? Pandas quantile interpolation. What parameters do we have here? And we should use the parameter lower here. Let me show. But if you forget it, yes, just experiment, okay, and try different methods here, and that's how you can understand it and remember it if you want. Here is the lower. Oops. Interpolate. I just just a typo, not a big deal. And here I should change. I should change, of course, the column which I apply this method to. Here I got back the exactly same salary or exactly same scores which I has here. So there is another mapping, okay? And by the way, if you read this post carefully, you can find all of this here too. Yes, very good post to understand how percentiles work. And now let me finish this exercise by showing you how to calculate this percentile manually by hand without using pandas rank. Sometimes it could be important. So here, first of all, I want to have a value counts. Value counts, not counts. And I want to value counts of salary. Okay, and I want to save it to a table. So I will use reset index and save it to a table, yeah. And I want to rename columns, columns equals, and I will call them salary and CNT from count. Next step, I will sort I will sort this table. Sort values, and here I will use salary in a place equals true. Good. Now I want to, so here we have the salary and the column of count. Yes, you could call it frequency. Yes, so we have here one people with salary 20, one man with 30, yes, two with 40, one, etc. So now I want to get a cumulative frequency. So how can I do it? CNT come sum. That's how I get the cumulative frequency. CNT come, I will call it like this. And now to finally get the percentile, I will divide each of these cumulative frequency by the total number of people, the total number of observation. And I will call it PCT manual equals df CNT CAM divided by df CNT and sum, like this. CNT, not df. Yes, I just I will use t. Like this. And now I will join this table to the original one, but I will use only two. I will use only two columns: salary to join, and the PCT menu because that's the column of interest here. And now df merge, copy this stuff. On equals salary. And I will save it to original data frame. And you could see that we have exactly same percentiles as we get from ranking from rank function of pandas. But that's the manual way to do it. So, and when you understand the mechanics, you could use this method in SQL or wherever you want. Okay, and you could also just check yourself in case if you think that you do not understand it. Okay, and it's always a good practice to when you calculate percentile, yes, is to check them like this. Yeah, so find some single point, yeah, and try to calculate the the percentile just using a logic, yes, a common sense, and see what are you using. Okay, so that's it. Try to play with percentiles. That's very important thing to understand. And ranking, percentiles, quantiles, yes, it's all kind of the same thing. Okay, have fun.